So let's go up here. Let's check out our rain gauge. See where we're at. My gosh. It's right there. It's about 2¼ inches. That is a lot of rain. Yeah, it started. I just dumped it. It started there right around 6:30. I saw the lightning to the west and all that. But anyway, let's go take a look at the old bull. Yeah, there he is. Yep, he's good. Probably not used to having people this close to him. We'll leave him alone. I want to get out here and maybe dig some spots for my peach trees. The ground got plenty of water in it. It's a good time to dig in our hard soil. So the varieties of peaches we picked up was Peach Red Haven. And we also picked up peach, oop, there we go. Let me come around here to the other side. The Peach Belle of Georgia. So those are the two varieties that we picked up. The leaves on these, especially this one, and I don't really, I tell you this, I think this is from me shipping it back there. This one actually fell kind of toward the back of the window or the back of the truck, and it just beat the crap out of him. And I think that's what's going on here. I don't think the plant's dead, but I think it got wind whipped pretty bad. So no, it's got plenty of weight. So literally just bought them 2 days ago. So but that is pretty shocking to see that one. But I knew the leaves really got tore up pretty bad. And these were tucked in the back of the truck a little bit better. So hopefully no big problem here. But let me go grab a spade, and I'd like to plant them down here. So we'll go look at that. Real quick little update here. Let me turn the light on and make it easier to see. A nice little update here is I did go on up with Brett on Monday, and we did finish out our alfalfa hay. That's 114 bales right there. That's what we have. And then right back here we have our brome, and that's 100 bales of hay, a brome. So needless to say, I think it's in pretty good shape. I think Delia left the light on. There we go. So we have the brome. We had the brome right there. It looks good. Delia did a good job stacking all that. And then, of course, there's our alfalfa. So now then we have 50 more bales of native prairie. We're going to bring that in. That'll just be stacked here and right over here. We'll feed that first. But anyway, that's the game plan. But that'll give us and I have about 25 bales outside. So for my 2 calves, I'll have 275 bales to get us through the winter. I think I won't need too much hay, before December. We're going to find out, aren't we? I'll tell you. There's no reason to hold back, because this channel is a lot about sharing with you. Now, I live in eastern Kansas. So if you live up in Maine or New Hampshire, New England, you're going to have to need hay a lot faster than I would. And you're going to need to be feeding hay much longer than I do. So those little kind of things like that. So anyway, that's where we're at in here. Yeah, just wanted to show you. Feel a lot better, right? We got the bulls being bred, or the bull doing the breeding of the 2 heifers here in about 12 days now. And we have the hay, we have the fence, we got water. The health, knock on wood, is pretty good. So right now we're doing okay. I think our 2025, 2026 is kind of in motion, so that's good. Well, I kind of know where I want to go. I finally found my maple tree right there. I know it's not a perfect scenario here, folks, but this is my sugar maple. It's about 7 years old. It was covered in grass. And it's the only one that survived out of everything I planted. It was my intention here to have, you know, quite a few silver maples here, and or sugar maples, and but anyway, droughts and whatever the case is. Deer is my #1 enemy, but this guy survived. I'm gonna let him go there. But anyway, over here, peach trees do want to be above, you know, their roots don't like being wet. That's what I understand. They don't like being wet. So I have a spot here. It's not really interfering with my dam. I do need to travel through here. So this guy's not in my way, so he can stay right there. And then, so I have the peach tree, and then you guys have seen me drive my tractor right along this area. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put peach trees along here. And you say, Ed, you're going right next to a pond. Well, the water level is over here, and this is higher. So I don't think this is, I think that, you know, if this was level ground and everything, I think this, and this is traditionally a very dry spot. Matter of fact, this is the best rain or best grass I've ever grown here. And we just got ourselves, you know, 2 inches of rain. So the water's always down there. So that's not an issue there. So right now I'm going to put a couple of them right here. Put one there, right here, right there, and maybe I got a little hillside over there, a little knoll that don't do anything. I might throw the last peach tree over there to try to follow up on that. Hey, don't keep the roots dry. So that's the idea. Don't get them in the wet. So I'll look at that, but I'll put 2 here for sure, and then maybe 1 or 2. I'll look over there. I mean, I'm not going to use that little knoll. Yeah, I know you really can't see it right now, but there's the water drains over here and the water drains that way. So there's a knoll right here, and there's nothing I can do with it. It's too small to really put in 100-foot. It's not even big enough for a 100-foot blackberry bed. So I'm saving that side of the blackberries for more blackberries, or at least 1 more row in the future. But I think if I put a couple of peach trees right here on the higher side, and then maybe go over here and investigate and see if I can get above them. The main thing is I just want the water to drain away from these peach trees. I am encouraged that I'm not hitting any standing water, considering we just had 2 inches of rain. And my goal, so I don't have any standing water, but my goal here is to make the hole twice as big as my pot. That's what they teach you anyway, or that's what they share. And I want to make sure it's as deep as my pot. I'm not going, you know, if I find some good soil I can use, I don't mind bringing the plant up a little higher, but it has to be covered in soil. I don't want to use things like compost or potting soil that's too loose, right? Because it's just going to wash off of my roots. So, but I'll make sure it's at least planted level with the ground, if not just a fraction of a hair above the ground. And then I could go ahead and do that. But anyway, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to go and finish digging this hole out. The plant's above the water's draining away. All of that up here, we have plenty of dry ground. Normally this is bone dry up here, so the only place they get water is really, you got to go down another 4 foot just to even hit this water over here. So there'll be a table of water to some degree, but nothing too much. And hopefully it'll benefit us in the long run. But we are on a slight slope here, sloping off the hill. And again, this has been a bad area for me to really getting grass growing out here, just because it is so bone dry most of the time. So anyway, I've been to Georgia, and I know they got a lot of clay there in Georgia, and a lot of clay. We have clay here too, so I hear people say, well, they prefer more of a loam. I understand that. In my case, I don't have really loam except for my good tillage ground up there, so I don't really want to give that up. at this time. So we'll put it that way. So here's the spot for the four peach trees. Delia be home. I'll see what she thinks, and together we'll go ahead and get them planted. We're planting the fruit trees today. I told Delia she's predetermined in their destiny. Which pot goes where?
The planting instruction, it says mix equal parts of organic soil conditioner and native soil. So we got some of the dirt out of the hole, and we're going to mix it with some of this Pro Mix.
Pro Mix, yep. We're going to mix some Pro Mix. It's probably not the same as what they're asking for, but it's what we got. So we're going to kind of go ahead and mix it and get it in there. We've never gone to so much trouble for a tree, have we?
No, but
we haven't done well, have we?
Well, we did the pear trees, and you.
Oh yeah, pear trees. I just stuck them in and they lived. Pear trees are.
They didn't do that well the first couple of years. So
well, they were young.
Hopefully these will do better.
Yeah. All right.
The other stuff is so hard.
Yep. Let me just kind of chop this up. Yeah, we got a pretty hard clay, and like I said yesterday when I was pre-digging these holes, you know, Georgia has a ton of clay. I know people say they want a loam and all that, but I just can't imagine that everybody's going to have a perfect soil structure who's got wonderful peaches. So we'll find out. Maybe this will be another lesson learned. We're good at lessons, ain't we, Delia?
But do we learn from our lessons? Is the other word.
Some of them we do. Just like you, it has selective hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's the bull and Cookie. Cookie's doing some sniffing.
There they are.
Yeah. She's rubbing up against his ass.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
No, she's rubbing up against. Okay, Cookie's rubbing up against his rear quarter. This will make it easier to go around it, won't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the. And I'm happy the holes don't have any water in it. We're going to call this good, I think, here. And let me show you, folks, what I'm thinking. What I did, the more I got thinking about this, this is for when I plant. More I got thinking about this, I wanted to go ahead and make sure that the plant itself, the root ball, we have good soil here to actually, it's going to be soil, not compost, so it's not going to wash away. But what I wanted to do was verify how deep it is. So I'm roughly, is that 9, Delia, or 8.5?
It's about 9, slightly under 9.
Yeah,
like
so it's not 8 3/4
yeah.
or something. So, and you measure that root ball.
At about 9.5.
It's about 9.5. And I think what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to put this up by 3 inches. So all I need to really do is come back in here and just put some soil back to give me my 3, and I'll remeasure.
So you want it a little higher than the...
I want the root ball, I want the whole thing up just about 3 inches, and then we're going to slope it back. Because the root ball itself is going to be above, and then basically I'm just at it, 2 inches anyway. Just have it up. So the difference is this should now be, if we go 2 inches, we were at 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now it should be 7. So now, and then everything's going to slope back. Let's look at that. it's a very small. Am I about 7?
Yeah, about 7.5.
7.5. It depends where I put it.
Yeah, that's true.
So there. So that's my root ball. Let's go ahead. We know the whole secret behind this, or the whole plan behind this, is to make sure my root ball is in the center of the plant. And there we go. So now when I go to do this, I'm actually going to be running just a little higher, but it'll all from here, I'm sloping it down. So the roots are down here and they're going to slope down. That's my plan. Look at them nice roots. Can you get a picture of that, Delia?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not really, these are not wrapped, which is really good. And
so it's not root bound.
it's not root bound. I've seen people actually score it. And let me have my shovel there, right here.
You can use the scissors tips too.
Well, I just need to do this. There we go. There we go. Just something to kind of break that area up. And my thing here, that just makes sure that's about as level as I can get it. I know it's kind of hard right here because it just needs to be about like that. All right, now we know. All right, Delia, why don't you go and start putting the dirt around it, but this is what the plan is, I think. I'm just a couple of inches higher here in the crown, and everything slopes backwards, so nothing too much.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
No, she's rubbing up against, okay, Cookie's rubbing up against his rear quarter. This will make it easier to go around it, won't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the... And I'm happy the holes don't have any water in it. We're gonna call this good, I think, here. And let me show you, folks, what I'm thinking. What I did, the more I got thinking about this, this is for when I plant. More I got thinking about this, I wanted to go ahead and make sure that the plant itself, the root ball, we have good soil here to actually, it's going to be soil, not compost, so it's not going to wash away. But what I wanted to do was verify how deep it is. So I'm roughly, what am I, is that 9, Delia, or 8.5?
It's about 9, slightly under 9.
Yeah,
like
so it's not 8 3/4 or something. So, and you measure that root ball
at about 9.5.
It's about 9.5. And I think what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to put this up by 3 inches. So all I need to really do is come back in here and just put some soil back to give me my 3, and I'll remeasure.
So you want it a little higher than the...
I want the root ball, I want the whole thing up just about 3 inches, and then we're going to slope it back. Because the root ball itself is going to be above, and then basically I'm just well, 2 inches anyway. Just have it up. So the difference is this should now be, well, if we go 2 inches, we were at 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now it should be 7. So now, and then everything's going to slope back. Let's look at that. It's a very small. Am I about 7?
Yeah, about 7.5.
7.5. It depends where I put it.
Yeah, that's true.
So there. So that's my root ball. Let's go ahead. We know the whole secret behind this, or the whole plan behind this, is to make sure my root ball is in the center of the plant. And there we go. So now when I go to do this, I'm actually going to be running just a little higher, but it'll all from here, I'm sloping it down. So the roots are down here, and they're going to slope down. That's my plan. Look at them nice roots. Can you get a picture of that, Delia?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not really, these are not wrapped, which is really good. And
so it's not root bound.
it's not root bound. I've seen people actually score it. And let me have my shovel there, right here.
You can use the scissors tips too.
Well, I just need to do this. Here we go. There we go. Just something to kind of break that area up. And my thing here, that just makes sure that's about as level as I can get it. I know it's kind of hard right here because it just needs to be about like that. All right, now we know. All right, Delia, why don't you go and start putting the dirt around it, but this is what the plan is, I think. I'm just a couple of inches higher here in the crown, and everything slopes backwards, so nothing too much. Yeah, we have a lot of room here, and you want to use this bucket here? Yep. And I'll make sure this is standing upright. That's about right there. Yep, you're going to dump it in. Here we go.
Don't fall in.
Don't fall in. There we go. This is our peach tree watering system. There we go. That's cool. It's about 3 gallon. I'll go put it in here. And I guess I'll repeat the process. We'll repeat the process when we finish. Well, we turned right around and had to take a little bit of a lunch break. Have everything done. Coming up there, here comes Cookie. Lily Beth is winding herself around. The bull is up from his nap this morning. So everybody is doing good. Show you what we done. The video camera actually ran out of, the SD card ran out of room. I got several videos on here and just have been going slow on it, on getting them uploaded, but I need to deal with that. So we're down to our last hole, had to fill that in. But if we look right here, how we have 3 of them already in the ground, looking pretty sporting, close enough to be perfect. So anyway, and using our bucket and water and getting that done. So all right, Delia, we say we get this rascal knocked out here. They look good though. They look real good. I think that's the best one we've done so far. As far as it's got a nice little mound right there building up to it. So this variety and that variety is Peach Red Haven. And then these two are Belle of Georgia. I think something like that. Peach Belle of Georgia. So that's the 2 varieties we have. And we just bought them up at Home Depot. But they look good, so we're going to do it. Now this one got whacked, so we'll get going here. So we have our last poor tree here put in. And now we're going to go get some support stakes. But yeah, we have all 4 of our peach trees planted. And I don't want they're shallow rooted. So I'm going to bury a post on the southwest side, like right here, because most of our wind comes from that direction. So south and west. So, well, I'll put a stake in right here, and Delia's going to go get some fabric, and we're going to stake them in. So, here we go.
I'm a quilter and I have lots of batting left over. So these are just strips of batting. They are strong, but they do give a little bit. And we're just kind of securing the tree a little bit further up.
Yeah, I'd go a little. Just there you go.
Just securing the tree so that the wind does not push it around.
Yeah, we're not influencing the tree. We're just, there's plenty of room for the tree to still grow. But the main thing is when we get them southwest winds.
I'm just going to anchor it to the
yeah.
post.
So when we get those winds, it is going to stop it from like there and from there. A lot of our storms are coming like this, right, Delia? I mean, go ahead and show people what it can do. Pull that out a little bit better, then, yeah, there you go. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to stop it.
It has give.
Yeah, we're not doing anything. Matter of fact, it's very loose, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying not to influence anything. And but we do know that they do suggest you do some kind of support for fruit trees because they have such shallow roots. So we have the posts already tied up right there. So we got, you notice there the bandages or the batting is nice and loose. We came back through, re-watered everything, had to add a little bit of extra topsoil to them, but we also added, I know you can see, 4 more posts, so a total of 5 posts around here. I'll show you what we're doing, and I have that last one to do, but we got 4, and then we come up here, and we have this snow fence. And why are we doing this, Delia? Why are we putting the snow fence up?
So the deer don't eat the tree.
So the deer don't eat the tree, and the bucks don't rub it. So anyway, we have the snow fence already, and we're just going to go ahead and Delia's just going to go and cut it and zip tie him.
Zip tie it first.
Yep. And she's got that, but that's the idea. And I know the deer can still kind of reach up and do things, but certainly trying to discourage them because that's what's been killing trees in the past. That's what actually killed a lot of my maples I had here, was deer coming up and eating. This one was even eaten on the very top. That's what this all was. That's from deer damage. So to prevent that on this batch, we're going to go ahead and go with the deer fence or the snow fence and just discourage them. You know, a deer really isn't very tall, folks. I mean, just for the record, my hand, it's probably about where a deer is. Can they jump up on their hind feet and can they do all that? Yeah. The other side is probably the biggest killer is a buck that's actually going to go ahead and rub the bark off of the tree, take out his aggressions and stuff. That doesn't mean he won't try to rub it on the corner of the fence. He could, but at least he's not attacking the tree, and we can always repair a fence. I can send Delia out here no matter how cold it is.
Well,
and she can.
You got your line to pants that you just bought.
I bought for the first time in my life some Coleman fleece-lined work breeches at Sam's. And anyway, so now she says, whatever you do, I'm not going out this winter, so you don't buy me no fleece line. She wants no excuses to go out and do any work on this farm. She's already getting me to go out to do the work that she's obviously doing. If a buck shows up, she has no responsibility whatsoever of repairing this fence, do you?
Nope.
So anyway, that's where we're at right now. I know, folks, a lot of this seems a little different, and I wouldn't advise anybody doing exactly what we're doing. However, I am trying to follow the Midwest production guide within reason. It's not the ideal location by a pond, but I hope you understand this is what we have, right? I mean, I just don't have many options for this, so we're just going to do the best we can do. And yeah, a lot of folks would have probably ripped out that little sugar maple, but one year I'm going to be the king of Kansas with my sugar maple syrup. So off of this one tree, you just wait and see. So anyway, but that's where we're at. And this way here is south. to west. They're going to get lots of sunlight in here. I'll show you real quick at the very end once we have them all done. So hold on one second. We'll have this job wrapped up. All right, guys. Well, we have the peach trees deer resistance now. We have them planted, and we didn't dare plant them until we made sure that we could somewhat cover them, because right now bucks, we're in September, so the bucks are actually going out and they're you know, doing what bucks do, and they're rubbing on trees and things like that, so making scrapes and what have you. And we had a problem here. This is the reason why a lot of my trees have died in the past. Plus you have the does coming up, and they're eating the supple green new growth from this year. So that's part of it, is just they're eating that part. So bottom line is, this is our effort to prevent a buck from rubbing it. And then second is to try to deter the does from actually getting in here and bucks from eating the foliage, eating the young green growth. So we need that for peaches next year, right? So that's just the way it is. But we have them all planted. I think we did a pretty good job, don't you, Delia? I don't see really where that we gave it as good a shot as we can. We just need to water them every week. But other than that, I don't know what else we can do other than move and find a different property with different soil. That's about all we can do. So this is our...
Build a big giant fence around so no deer can get in.
Yeah, that'd be the next thing. Keep all the fence out, but then a beaver will still figure a way in. Who knows? But anyway, real happy with it. Glad to have you guys along. If you guys like these types of videos, these homesteading type videos, market garden, hopefully you'll consider hitting that like button and subscribe. Come grow with us.